Back once again right here. We're oldenglish.com and we're interviewing Reverie today. So, I know you're out there doing your stuff. Since the last time we met, I've got to know a lot more about you. We've gone to shows and I've seen a lot more of your team, and that's a crucial thing that I want to put out there because me, myself, you, and I'm sure everybody else there as being the poster people to their own brands, as Reverie and me, people don't realize how much work there is behind in regards of leadership and organization, and even just as simple as putting together an interview like this. How do you handle that?
I handle it all myself. First of all, like you, or like you said, the face of our brand, so we need to make sure everything runs correctly. I have I do everything. I have involvement in every single thing that I release, whether if it's a music video, I'm usually co-directing my videos. A lot of them I directed myself. I write the treatments for them. I'll pick the places. I pick the people that are gonna be in it. I pick my outfits, or like for my shirts. Recently I've been taking more control of my really the look that I'm going for in my brand.
I noticed that, and we'll get to that right now.
Yeah, and then also you have to kind of learn how to control what people are doing, what you want them to do for you. Take that initiative and actually tell somebody, can you do this for me, is kind of hard to do sometimes.
Let's talk about a question that I've always asked everybody. How do you get to your creative zone? Because people think, I don't know if you think about you, but when it comes to sometimes me, it's like, well, let's do something. You're always doing this, so just make it happen. And it's kind of hard because we're not machines. Yeah. So to get into in a creative zone, what do you do to get into creative zone? Like, what's your your thing?
Well, I don't really try to force it on myself too much unless I do have a deadline, which sucks. Deadlines suck because it's hard to really force that creative juice to start flowing. But usually, when I feel that I want to create something artistic, whether it be a song or a CD cover or a shirt design or anything like that, right away I try to do something with that creativity because I don't know how long I would have that for. Yeah,
and I always look at creativity as being it's like a hidden force.
Yeah.
And you kind of in a sense it's like a very strong force that's there, and you kind of have to get yourself into it. But once you're in it, you're like, fuck, sky's the limit. Yeah. Because you can get anything done, and it's all authentic, and it's just happens. It's organically happens.
Yeah.
Going back to the branding, I noticed that you have taken a different route on your branding in regards of your image. I seen some photography that was amazing. I was like, man, I think I even commented on your stuff. That I was like, man, the what you're portraying, how you were presenting yourself is very unique and different. I really digged it.
Thank you.
What was behind all that? Like, what trigged it? I mean, I don't want to say that you noticed you could do better this way, but what was the trigger behind all that? Because definitely it stood out a lot. Like, it made you high end in my eyes.
Are you talking about the photo shoot with the trash bag?
Yeah, I mean that, and not just that. You changed a lot. I'm from the outside looking in. I know you live it every day, so you know exactly what you're doing. And I mean, I'm from the outside looking in, so I'm looking at timelines. I saw you from the first time I met you. Then I follow you and I'm seeing it, and you are changing. If you don't notice, besides the trash bag, which we don't, it's a good picture. I don't want to make trash bag like what she's talking about. She did a really good picture, but besides that, you're expanding your image, and I applaud you for that. What is it behind you? Even if you don't know what's happening, just what's been going on the past months and years, or.
Well, I guess over the past I would say the past couple years I've been trying to really just wear what I want to wear. Before I was kind of subconscious to step outside of the box, or I thought that it's hard being a female MC. It's hard. You have to portray yourself a certain way, and if I dress a certain way, people are gonna talk shit about me or say I'm a slut, and I don't want to portray myself like that. So it's hard to find that medium ground where you can still look dope or sexy or artistic and still look appropriate and get people's respect. That always means a lot.
I mean, these new pictures. I mean, you hit everything. Everything you just said right now is what I'm looking at. The sex appeal, the creativity behind it. Besides the slut thing, I mean, I never think that about nobody, but it's happening a lot. And I'm letting you know that by doing that, it's bringing more value to yourself because now there's an identity that can be like, oh man, I know Rev, and now she's doing this, and now it's like, kind of in a sense, you put yourself in a way where like it's just not easy to get because you have more of a value to yourself. Mm-hmm. Kind of like getting a hold of Hulk Hogan. You know, not anybody can do that. It takes a special person. But man, I mean, you're killing it. So big props on that. And
I guess also recently, I
let it out.
Yeah, like I guess like I wasn't really taking a lot of, because I've always been like, no, it's like this. Like the past couple years, I've been dressing like different, like how I didn't like now how I used to, but I wasn't really taking too many pictures of what I would wear. And now I'm actually like taking pictures in my outfits and people like my outfits. And I even opened up an online thrift store.
You guys gotta go check it out.
You can check out my online thrift store at reveriesbasement.com. It is live and up.
Google it if you can't find it.
People always tell me they like my fashion, so I have a thrift store now online.
It's beautiful. I love it, and that I'm sure that happened organically, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's that layer that is hard to get to, but once you get in it, it's like you're free. Like wow, like I can do whatever I want and people love it.
Yeah. And before I didn't see the power of like a picture.
Oh man.
And then like now Encrypt, shout out to Encrypt. Now since she's like getting into the photo scene, and now I'm like looking at photos, and I'm like, damn, I want to take dope photos too. Like,
Encrypt.
I dope in my photos, like, so I'm finding that like I'm using that form of expression now finally, like my
and this goes back to team leadership. Mm-hmm. Encrypt is your photographer, right?
Yeah.
I know I met her 2 days ago, and I even interviewed her. She did a great interview. I'll put that up too, but she's awesome, and you're doing a great job on grooming everybody, and with the most respect when I say grooming, because it is a grooming process. You gotta polish people to be the best photographers. You gotta polish people to book the best, and I think that is what some people don't have vision on, because we all have vision of creating and making things big.
Yeah.
But polishing and hitting it to the highest peak of its potential, it's a whole different situation, you know.
Yeah.
So and you've been doing a good job, so I commend you on that. What got your mind going, saying, man, I want to become something, you know. I think I could be an artist. I think I could be a painter. I think I can be a poet. Whatever it was, what inspired you?
I guess it was really like everybody that I've come across in like the underground game, and and I'm talking about like in hip hop. I'm talking about in like the art world, in the graph world, in the promoting world. You know what I mean? Like there's so many. Yeah, like there's so many.
I guess.
Like big and small scale.
I guess you say inspiration per situation, you know, marketing, music.
And they're all
they all have their own little special thing that they come with.
And they're all like related, because like all my favorite artists, and like whether it be visual or people who are doing tours together or hip hop artists, they're all like independent or like a part of a small label, you know. So me seeing independent people touring across the world and having people over the world
being able to do that,
that inspires me. Like when I see them doing it, I'm like, wow, maybe I could do that. Like that I think I could do it, you know. Like, so it's just like,
and you did it. I mean, it's strong, it's powerful stuff out there. I don't think I follow a lot of people who aren't big, but their hella marketing is sick. I'm just like wow, it's as big an inspiration. Where's one country you haven't been to?
Japan.
Oh my God, Japanese people! I know you're watching this. Hit her up, hit me up. We can make this happen.
I want to go to Japan.
Japan's so beautiful, beautiful. It's so crazy. I mean, that's a whole different world. Yeah. But last night or 2 nights ago, we were at the Sick Jacking Evidence. You and a couple of other artists. Really dope show. How does that feel to be headlining or being on that type of show? You know, when you're performing, number one, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
I mean, break it down. What was the emotion? What were we thinking? I mean,
when I first saw the show, that it was just Evidence and Sick Dragon, I hit up Julie from out the house, and I was like, oh my God, I want to go to the show. It sounds so cool. And then so then we ended up putting me on the bill and
that's dope.
Which is dope. And I thought he was like, you know, I was like, send me the flyer so I could post it up. And then he sent me the flyer, and I thought my name was gonna be like small on the bottom. You know? And then my face is right there next to
so dope. You know what's so crazy about it? That all it was reaching out.
Yeah.
That was it. It's not that hard. You just reached out. One thing came from another, and all of a sudden you're on the flyer. And I mean, that's, I think, something that most people don't do, because, you know, maybe I'm not good enough, or or whatever the case is, and that's so dope that you did that you reached out there and you got it and you were on the bill. I'm glad you did, because that night was super fun.
Oh my god, it was
that night was. If you guys don't follow us on Snapchat at UrbanKings,
Reverie Love.
We were just snapping away. It was such a good night. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, the show was amazing. Evidence killed it. Sick Jackin killed it. You killed it. And I Suppose kicked ass too, man.
Yep.
Big shout out to I Suppose, man. That dude has a lot behind him that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah,
he's been putting in mad work.
Yeah, for years.
So give us your IGs, your Facebooks, and all the contact information so people could stay on contact with you and following you.
For sure. So everything is at Reverie Love, SoundCloud, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. My website's at reverielove.com, and I have a contact button on there if you need to get in touch with my management. And yeah, shout out to Old English Brand. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.